How did you feel on the first day of secondary school?
Well, for me, the first day of secondary school was actually pretty anxiety-inducing. I had a lot of fear that I would lose myself in the hallways, which I did at some point, but I would just have to constantly be checking my timetable, and I'm just worrying of bumping into anyone in the hallway traffic. It sometimes can be a lot, but sometimes you need to get used to it. You need to take a deep breath in, a deep breath out, and just realize, hey, this is temporary. I'm gonna get through this. And after a while, you get used to it, and it's really not that scary.
Yeah, I remember I joined secondary a week late, and so I felt like I was really left behind by all my peers, but I realized it really wasn't that bad. And I remember especially the cafeteria was really overwhelming for me because there were all of these tall people standing towering over me.
As in primary, as year sixes, we're used to being the tallest ones in primary, so we would be towering all over with small children. And in secondary, it's like you're the child being towered over by this giants taking IGCSE.
How long did it take for you to settle in a new school?
For me, it actually took a whole term, and for many, the time taken to actually adapt is very different. So if you feel like maybe your friends are getting more fit in than you in a shorter period of time, then don't compare yourself to them. And some may also take longer to adapt to this. And yeah, people are very different, and they take different times to adapt, settle in. So you should never compare yourself to others. And as long as you are doing your best to try and feel comfortable, and as long as you feel comfortable in your new school, that's all that should matter.
Yeah, I think I settled in relatively quickly, only about maybe a bit over a week. But again, like what she said, it's a very personal experience, and it can vary from different people.
What's the main difference that you find in primary and secondary school?
There are a lot of different classrooms you have to walk through as well, and that's pretty different from primary, where the teacher will just come into the classroom.
Yeah, I agree with what she said. Also, there are a lot of new subjects such as history, drama, DT, art. There's a lot more. And there are also a lot of different opportunities to learn about those subjects. As in primary, rather it's more of just the basics, and in secondary, you really get to indulge in the opportunities and to learn more about each subject.
What did you really enjoy about being in year 7?
In secondary, there are a lot of new opportunities for you to learn, such as there are various new subjects, and there's basically in primary, I feel like it's a lot more enclosed, and in secondary, you're just open to see this field of huge new views and different views, topics, understandings, and there are so many new people to interact with, so many new people that have the same taste as you, and so many people that are closer to your maturity level, and it's a really nice experience.
Yeah, I agree because about the learning opportunities, because me personally, I really like English literature, and I think that the people that I surround myself with, like teachers and peers, they've really opened my eyes to the opportunities that we find, like WSC, for example, and most others.
What tips can you give for me and my friends for a good start in year 7?
For me, something that I still do struggle with to this day, I'm sure you have too, is balance. And really, in secondary, it can be a lot harder than primary. And though it is important to try your best in lessons, it's always important to try, never give up, don't be afraid of failure. Sometimes it can overwhelm you, and you do need to take breaks. As fun as secondary as can be, as much freedom you can have, and all these new opportunities, it can be overwhelming. And I know that some of you may want to try really, really hard, but you do need to take breaks, and even if there's a lot of work, yeah, you need to take some time, step back, relax. Things are gonna be okay.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And also to just be confident, because there's a lot of change that happens in secondary, and it may be hard to get used to, but it's really, you'll be okay, and just talk, socialize, have fun, and it's not that serious, really.